In this video, we are going to be taking a sneak peek at my job as a mountain bike coach, so stay tuned. I dedicated this session to improving the rider's skills, although we did a little bit of fitness at the end of the session. So as you guys can see in the video, the boys are busy working on their first drill of the day. So basically what they are trying to do here is, they are trying to go through the cones as fast as they possibly can, without knocking over a cone and without missing the track. So basically without making any mistakes. And obviously the point of this drill is to improve their cornering skills. This is a great drill to do because obviously there are no berms here. We are on a flat grass field, so it's much harder to carry your speed through the turns. So if you can master this drill, then berms will be absolutely no problem for you. And by the way, this cat is always chilling with us while we train. It's just a random cat, we have no idea where it comes from. Alright, so I've lined them up and they are going to be going one by one, and I'm going to be recording their time. So usually there's a spike in competitiveness, which forces them to do their actual best, which is really good. They all wanted to see who can get the best time, but I only gave them 2 tries each. The really cool thing about these drills is that anybody can pretty much do them anywhere. All you need are some cones, or maybe even some small rocks to replace the cones. You just need any kind of marker. If you practice this drill regularly, you'll be amazed how much of a difference it makes to your actual skills on the trails. Trails make things pretty easy for us in terms of flow, but in drills like these, you have to create your own flow. And another plus is that these drills are fun to do. Now, moving on to the next drill. This one is a little bit more tricky, and also I won't be timing them over here. So basically I've made the corners much harder. In fact, you can't even ride it with both wheels on the ground. As you guys can see in the video footage, the boys are lifting their rear wheel up as well as repositioning it to make the corner. Now, I'm sure that you guys can tell that these boys have done this drill a few times because they make it look pretty easy. The way that they are able to get their back wheel up like that is by using their front brake, their feet, and repositioning their body weight. And once the back wheel is in the air, they are going to be using their hips to reposition it. Guys, trust me, this is much harder than it looks. But once again, consistency is key and practice makes perfect. Now, you might also be wondering, why is this skill even necessary to have? Well, to keep it short and sweet, it is generally just a really good skill to have, to be able to reposition your back wheel like that, and just be able to have such good control over your back wheel, especially in tricky trail situations, rock gardens, difficult turns. It is just awesome to have such good control over your back wheel. Even if you maybe want to do some jumps and learn how to whip, this will definitely help you out with that as well. Now, the next drill, as you guys can see in the video, is to help the boys get super good front brake control, as well as helping them get their back wheel off the ground. Now, as you guys can see, I positioned the cones in a certain way, so that only the front wheel can pass through them. If they are to ride through there with both wheels on the ground, their feet will knock the cones over immediately. This is also a really great and really fun drill to do. Just be careful not to be too hard on the front brake, otherwise you might see yourself going skydiving. If you guys find this drill interesting and you want to give it a try at home perhaps, one friendly tip that I can give you is definitely lower your saddle. It will make this much easier. As you guys can see in the video, the boys have their saddles fully extended, but they are quite used to this, and they are cross-country riders, so they don't want to be used to a low saddle. They want to be used to their saddle in the current position that it is in. Because if they don't have a dropper post, then they need to be able to do all of these things with a fully extended saddle, because when the race day comes, they can't just lower their saddle and higher their saddle every time they go on a climb or a downhill. But anyways, let's move on to the next drill, and this one is more of a game. We call it the circle game. The rules are simple. As you guys can see, all the boys are riding in the same direction inside the circle. I'm outside the circle, trying to make their lives difficult. I'm making the circle smaller and smaller and smaller. If they were to put their foot down, knock a cone over, ride outside the circle, or touch any other rider, they will be eliminated from the game. And the last guy left is the winner. Pretty simple, right? And now for the last drill of the session. This is more of a fitness exercise though. I positioned cones all around the park, creating a lap. So I lined them up and told them do 3 laps as fast as you possibly can. So it's kind of like a race. So once again, the competitiveness spikes. Everybody wants to get that number 1 spot. So they are all going full throttle. But unfortunately, like every other race, there can only be one winner. And the Cannondale takes the win, Specialized in second place, and the Orange Scott in third. So that is what one of my skills days looks like. Pretty fun, right? If you enjoyed this video, then definitely give it a like and maybe share it with one of your mountain bike friends. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Baby, show me.